Well, why will a hookless or tubeless tyre never ride as well as a tubular tyre? Now, the construction of the two tyres might seem very similar on the face of it because you've just got a tyre, you've got a casing, and the only difference is one's stuck on and one's either got some piece that holds it in place, either using hooks, or it has a piece of the rim coming up in a vertical motion to stop the tyre blowing off the rim. But there's some key factors that in the designing of these tyres that's quite different that actually contributes to how the tyre rides. Now, because these unstretchable pieces of material are vulcanized into the tyre, you're just never going to get the same flexibility. And if you actually look at a tubeless tyre or you look at a hookless tyre, you'll see that the tyre is actually quite more solid or thicker than a normal tyre. They can't make them as very fine, as flimsy as a normal clincher or a tubeless. They can't use those like open clinchers, open tubular clinchers we have, or a tubular. They can't make it out of that really fine cotton material that we see on the really high performance tyres. And the tyres are so soft that it's actually like a piece of material, like a t-shirt. You can actually press them together. But you'll never get a hookless tyre or a tubeless tyre that looks like this because it cannot have the thinness to be able to stretch, otherwise it will blow off the rim, and that's a hazard or a safety feature. And also another thing that those tyres have done is they've limited the pressure that you can run them at because of this reason. So you're never going to get those type of tyres to give you the same ride feel and comfort you can get out of tubular. And how the manufacturers have compensated for this, they've designed the tyres bigger, and they've designed the bikes to accept bigger tyres, so therefore they can get increased air volume, and we can run the tyres at a lower pressure to give a more softer feel to the ride, because they can't make the tyres at 23 or 25 mil and give them the same soft, flexible sidewalls that they can with an open tubular or a tubular tyre. So this is why we're going to bigger tyres, because the manufacturers are trying to compensate for the rigidity of these tyres that are coming out on the market, which they want to move to. So guys, this is something you need to consider when you're buying a new bike. Yes, you can go to these bikes that now allow bigger tyres on your bike, and you can have a bigger air volume, and you can run the tyres at a lower pressure to get that comfort back that you could get when you was running a tubular tyre or an open tubular with latex tubes on a normal clincher or tubular tyre. But there is actually disadvantages to that, and I don't think that those lower pressures that they run at are the fastest tyre in all applications. And it's really quite significant. If you've ridden some cotton tubulars, they're very, very comfortable to ride and give a very premium ride. And I do think that this drive towards these wider tyres and tubulars and hookless tyres is really a solution to a problem that never really existed, except the fact that they want to get these tyres and rim designs onto the bike. So the whole wheel design and how big these wheels are is driving what the manufacturers want to manufacture, because a hookless rim is much easier for them to manufacture. They don't have to have a silicone mold. They can have a hard aluminium or steel mold to make the hookless rims. So for them it works out much easier, much cheaper to make them. And we can see that reflecting in the price of these new hookless rims, which are quite reasonable compared to their counterparts of years gone by. Well, anyway guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I'll see you next vid. Cheers.